Hello everyone. From today's video onwards, I'm going to start a CSS series which is going to be complete beginners to advanced level CSS. I'm going to go from the scratch to advanced level, right? Now, before getting into the topic, let us understand what is the meaning of the word CSS, right? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. Too cliched answer, I know. You might be thinking that, hey Raj, this is a very cliched answer. Everybody knows about the Cascading Style Sheet, that it is the full form. But what is the meaning of this word cascade? That is more important, right? So if you Google it, you will find something like this. A small waterfall, typically one of several that falls in stages down a steep rocky slope. You will find this in Google. You can Google it. I have taken a screenshot from Google, right? Now, how is this word cascade related to, or the CSS related to waterfall? How is CSS related to waterfall? Well, just like water falls from top to bottom in a waterfall, similarly, the browser reads and interprets the CSS or the cascading style sheet from top to bottom. So, first the browser starts reading from top, and it analyzes step by step. It analyzes the entire document from top to bottom, and it applies the last style that we have declared in the style sheet, right? You will understand this more when we will take an example, right? So let us quickly see how a CSS syntax looks like. So in a CSS syntax, we have a selector part and a declaration block part. So this is the selector, and inside the curly braces, we have the declaration block. So in the declaration block, what are the parts in the declaration block? First, we write the property, then we give a colon, then we write the value, and then we end the statement with a semicolon, right? And this entire part is called as the declaration block, okay? Now, I hope you got this point. Now, depending on this syntax, let us take an example. Okay, so here I have taken an example of a p tag. This is the element selector. We will learn about selectors in the next video. I will discuss about the selectors. All the different types of selectors you will understand in the next video. To watch only that video, you will understand all the CSS selectors that are possible, right? The next video is going to be on CSS selectors, right? So first we use the p or the paragraph element, and this is called as an element selector. And we open the curly braces, and inside the braces we declare some styles. Like for example, here we apply the color red and font size of 1 rem. We will also learn about the rems, all the units of CSS. So this is going to be absolute beginner to advanced level course, right? Now, this is how we write the CSS syntax. So here we can see there is a paragraph element which we have targeted. So we are targeting the paragraph element over here, and we are telling the browser to apply a color red to the paragraph element and a font size of 1 rem, right? So this is how we apply a style in a CSS style sheet, right? We declare a style like this. Okay, now there are 3 ways how we can apply CSS in a document, right? There are 3 ways how we can apply a CSS in a document. Okay, the first one is the internal CSS, second one is the inline CSS, and third one is the external CSS. We will look all these 3 ways of applying CSS now in the code editor. So let's move on to the code editor. All right, so now we are here in the code editor, and now we will see how to apply CSS. There are 3 ways, as I said you. The first one is the internal CSS. So what is internal CSS? It's pretty straightforward. We apply a paragraph tag, and inside this we write this is a paragraph, right? This one is visible. Okay. So what is internal CSS? So after the title tag, we will apply the style tag, and inside of this style tag, we can apply the CSS stylings. Like for example, we apply the P, and in the P we apply a color of, let's say, red, and you can see the color changes. And then we will apply a font size of 1 rem. Okay, you can't see any changes because I've zoomed it quite a bit. So font size is 1 rem is really very small, so let's take it 10 rem, and it increases the size of the font. So this is basically the internal CSS. So in an internal CSS we apply the style tags, and inside the style tag we apply the styling. Now another way we can apply CSS is inline styling, or inline CSS, right? So I will just comment this out, and here we can apply the style attribute, and inside the attribute we can give the stylings, like for example the color as red, right? So now you can see the color changes, and we can apply a font size of 20 rem, right? This is very big, I know, but still it applies the style, right? You can see the styles is applied. And another way we can apply CSS is by applying an external style sheet. So for that we have to take a new document and we have to name it as style.css, right? And this is where we will apply all the styles, and this will have an effect on this document. But before that we have to connect this file with this HTML document. How to do that? Well, in the head tag after the title tag we will write link and hit tab, and you will get the rel attribute. In the rel attribute we will get the style sheet and the href attribute. Inside of this href attribute we will specify the style sheet. So here I'm writing style.css, and now let's remove the styles from here. Let's remove this style from here, and now we will apply the styles in the style sheet. Now we have linked it. You can see we have linked this style sheet with this HTML document, and here we will apply the styles. So if I target the paragraph tag and apply a color of red, you can see the color is applied, right? So this is how we use cascading style sheet. This was a pretty short introduction about cascading style sheet or the CSS. This is entirely for the beginners. If you are an intermediate user or an advanced user, I think you have skipped this, and it's very obvious, right? So I will meet you in the next video with the CSS selectors, right? Thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. Goodbye.